Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Vans, ooh, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. I can't stand it. Out of order way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold. Bang roll, on the go. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. For my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let's get it. Today is Thursday. See what we got going on, make sure everything's working here. All right, here, perfect. So let's see what we got going on today. Yesterday we had CPI number came back a bit lower than expected. We had a pretty big move that immediately got retraced, and now we are here. So let's see what is going on in terms of news today. Thursday, we have a bit of PPI and unemployment claims. They're expecting numbers to roughly come about the same, couple of thousand up and down, not really going to do much. We have some GBP GDP here at around 10 a.m, so in around 20-ish minutes, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, rest of the day is clean. And then Friday, also a bit of inflation expectations and preliminary data, nothing too crazy. So yeah, nothing really to worry about. GDP, they're expecting it to come back a little bit lower than expected, which will be negative for the pound here. But this type of stuff really hasn't been affecting the pound much. If we look at price action, it's a total mess at the moment. But we're going to see what's going on and analyze it anyways on GJ here. So daily time frame closing bullish here. Closing bullish at resistance, so it doesn't really help when you're at 1, 2, 3 basically resistances. 4-hour time frame on the other hand, closing bearish here below structure, which does open the doors for some sort of sells, especially if we start to clear some of these ranges here. We can see how we have this 1-hour support down here as well, so we want to mark this. I mean, GJ is pretty easy today in terms of it's mostly a mess towards the upside, so buys for me are not going to be valid at all, just because of the mess we have towards the upside. So much 4-hour support, 4-hour resistances, you name it. But the sells here, yeah, are probably going to be below this 1-hour support here. I wonder if we can trade to the 1-hour support. Let's see. Not really. We have this wick to fill here, but we have to rely on volume to fill this wick. What would it be? About 7 pips. Below it, we're working with 8 pips. So yeah, not the biggest ranges, but that would kind of be the idea. The rest you kind of leave. You could look for buys now that we're pushing down like this much. We could look for change of structures from the bottom of the range to take buys back up, but that's going to take at least, 30-40 minutes from now, because we need to form good structure if we're going to trust it. Basically something like this, where we pop up, create a resistance, go up again, and then this type of position here to get the move up, or even something like that. Squeezing tight buys above here, possible. Same type of range as 7 pips, depends on stop loss really. Doing a lot of lower highs, lower low at the moment, so I don't quite like the idea of trying to buy GJ just yet. This is kind of what I'm looking at here. I think there's better opportunity on other pairs. I've been having a quick look, and really it seems like there's better opportunities there. So personally, I think we should be concentrating on other pairs. So let's have a look at gold here. Gold, on the other hand, previous daily is closing bullish after yesterday's CPI news. We did pop up, we popped down, and then pop back up right now. Close to daily resistance though, but have not tapped it. We have wicks running through it. 4-hour resistance, we didn't close above 4-hour resistance. I don't like the rejection candle here, but if we start to break the high, we could see some upside, right? Yeah, kind of your target for today is that daily resistance, and then we see what's up, if there's any continuation or not to fill the wicks. 1-hour time frame creating bullish structure here. Looks very nice on 1 hour in terms of clean range to trade. Same story 30, same story 15. So we're just gonna mark this 15 here. Something like that. Boom. 15. You look for buys above the highs here. We have this wick to fill. Maybe it reacts off this previous zone, but it's been crossed through twice by wicks. Not too worried about it. Plus we have 18 pips to there and 40 pips to there. So quite nice ranges above there. Full bullish bias. buying from the bottom of the range here will make sense, but will take time before that sets up. So yeah, that's the plan, man. I think keeping it very simple. Buys above the highs here. Setup 1 I'm looking for. Yeah, break even at around 80 level. We have that key level there. Can actually drag that. That would be the plan. So hopefully we get volume and continuation today, and then can look to capitalize off that. That would be the plan so far. Now we move on to DAX here for today. DAX, looking at daily time frame, quite a heavy daily bearish close. First daily close breaking structure for the first time. This is not something to be ignored. We are breaking daily structure for the first time since back here. So what is that? That is in March. So almost 3 months, not really 2.5, less even. We have not broken daily structure since then. Every daily low was respected, broken. So interesting and important close here. Looks like that price wants to eventually come down and tap into the... Why does it keep drawing this bloody line, man? Looks like price wants to keep and come back in towards this zone. Could be a target here, this daily support. It is a little bit further away. We might get pullbacks before it, or it would be not out of the ordinary, but if DAX wants to dump, it will dump. 4 hour time frame close bearish as well. Full bearish sessions, full LTAs towards the left here on higher time frame. Lower time frame here, we start to form some sort of support here on 1 hour, which I'm sure we will be adjusting. We have some sort of 30-minute consolidation block here, 15-minute consolidation block, which would be your target. Otherwise, we have a clean LTA zone here, and this would be your 15. So very clean zone to capitalize off. We're not far off that. If we're looking at current price action, we have a support formed here as well. This is going to be your 15 support. I mean, to be honest, it's very simple. As a setup 1 below, I'd be looking for in this current market positioning. If we were to pull back a little bit more, I'll be looking for sells from higher back down. Not interested in buys yet with that daily close and how the trend has been moving. Any pullbacks are opportunities. We have had continuations on the low, so I won't be too worried, even though it can happen and would be just a bit unlucky to fake out, because every time we've closed on a new low, we have actually managed some sort of continuation here. Especially if you check this example here, this was a beautiful one. Very nice continuation. Even the one before, even though it pulled back a little bit, but still had continuation. Same story here. This one did fake out here, yes. But maybe there was a reason, and that reason was we tapped support, I guess. Yes, from here. So there's a reason for that. Now here, I'd worry about this wick. Sometimes DAX likes to grab liquidity from the lowest low, then give a heavy rejection. But that's pretty much what I'm worried about. Only that. Nothing really too much more I'm worried about. Then we see continuation, hopefully down into this support here at around 23,659. And that's it. That's it for the analysis. That's all the pairs I'm looking at. So main focus for me today is going to be DAX and gold, to be honest. GJ looks a little bit messy. We can see it push here, but we have news in about 15 minutes. No setup right now. So I'm going to wait till after news here to see if anything changes. And yeah, let's see what happens. So hopefully some volume here in London session is going to be needed because we have the ranges. We just need the setup. And that's it. You have to wait patiently. Don't let these type of days fool you to where you see there's amazing ranges and you feel like it's going to be an easy setup. Sometimes these type of days just don't set up, right? And you don't get a setup and it's like, oh. So you have to prepare yourself not to FOMO after that if that happens. So yeah, hopefully the analysis made sense, everything loud and clear. If you guys enjoyed the analysis, be sure to leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. Let's get it today. Let's see what the market has for us. Looks a lot better than yesterday, I'll tell you that much. Yesterday was looking a little bit very slow. We're seeing some good ranges here and stuff like that. So we'll see you in Frankfurt Open in about 15 minutes. Hi, did you trade the NY session? Yeah, I do trade NY session every day, but we did have the Zoom yesterday. Trade of the session, there was a GJ option, and then guys took the DAX sells here. DAX sell option, I'll show you the DAX sell option. The DAX sell option was, get my bearings, this one right here. This one here, I recommended the 5-minute stop loss. Target the lows, you get a 1-to-1. Pretty clean move. There was a little bit of drawdown. This top wick happened before though. Didn't happen after. Then it just sat in a little bit of drawdown. Nothing too crazy. And then the next candle did the business. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the analysis, everything makes sense, make sure to leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. Get the likes up to 150, I would appreciate that. And yeah, let's get it. Thank you, Win Analysis. What about no top wick on the daily? Is that something to worry about yet? Which pair? Which pair? You mean no bottom wick on the daily on gold? $245 watching and only 45 likes. That's sleeping. On DAX, we do have top wick. Maybe on broker it doesn't. I'll double check. Yeah, it has on broker, so it doesn't worry me. See if gold maybe has as well, just to double check while we're here. Yeah, gold has bottom wick as well on broker. We have no wick issues today. Do you think we can start trading DAX NY session now? Seems nice. Just because one trade plays out doesn't mean, but yeah, the guys are trading it, man. I think after NYC is good, but then you have US 30 as well, so you can make a choice. If you want to trade both, you can as well. Can you explain about wick issues? It's just about top and bottom wicks. I have plenty of videos on my channel about that. So I'd recommend you check it out. Leave a subscribe if you like it. I'll show you the videos. If you just type wick in the search, I probably skipped it past it. No wick candles, that's basically answered that question. These two videos here. No wick candles and long wick candles. That would explain the wick issues. If gold 1 hour close above resistance, it will be called break of structure. Yeah, you can call it a break of structure, yes. Can you explain where support or resistance flips get invalidated? For example, going past once or wicking? No, it's a little bit complex more than that, but to keep it simple, twice, crossing twice. That would be your basic reasoning behind that. What lot size do you use for pairs? Depends on the stop loss, man. It changes. I'm not a guy who uses the same lot size. I adjust my lot size based on my stop loss. So sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller, sometimes the same. Where exactly can we buy or sell? If you showed up to the stream earlier, you will know. Now we're just waiting for the plan. So you just have to listen to stream, be a part of stream, listen. You get the plans. London, NY, which one is best with your strategy? Which one you like the most? I prefer London the most, but NY is just as good. The only difference with NY is that you're playing with news sometimes. I think NY this year has been more inconsistent than last year in terms of the way it moves. I think NYSE has been great this year, but NY session itself, like, you know, from NY Open to NYSE, more inconsistent. After NYSE, very consistent in terms of it's not bad. Harry, DAX will redirect upwards once London opens. Well, hopefully it gives a sell option before London opens then, if that's the case. And what are you basing the rejection off? I see us filling at least this wick. Unless we stop here, but... How does a cent account work? You should Google that, man. But it's just really low lot size. Why EU, GU, EJ not in your main watch list? Any particular reason? Yeah, I like to reduce the amount of pairs I trade. Easier to manage, more concentration, more focus, more higher win rate. Much better. Beginner should go watch all your YouTube tutorial videos. I spent 3 weeks watching your videos. This week I see a lot of difference. Been unprofitable for 3 years. Oh, amazing, man. I'm glad it's helped. Do you think gold buys make sense based on 1 hour as well? They could do, yes. It's just a matter of how important this resistance becomes, you know? It's hard to say right now, but in terms of a 1 hour setup, yes. You have protection here, but how important, like, it's not, it's hard because we haven't seen volume at this time, like actually since Monday. Since Monday, gold has not pushed at this time, so it's hard to say, okay, I take it based on a 1 hour. Also with all of these wicks, you'd want a strong 1 hour close. You know, you run an 85 pip stop loss, your target to daily resistance, which is target of the day, to be honest, is, you know, 50 pips. So I kind of prefer like just to go in the 15, get a smaller stop loss as well. US All interesting, wants to retrace a bit. Yeah. What is bias? All thanks to you, Harry. I'm now profitable. Oh, amazing, man. But you put in the work. Remember that. Mixed but more bullish pressure it's been. Yeah. Hey, Harry, let's get serious here. See in 2 minutes what's happening. Appreciate you turning up every day. Appreciate you guys turning up every day. Who does? That's who reaps the rewards long term, learns how to trade properly, learns all the good stuff. Yeah, this is the news coming now in about 2 minutes here. I doubt it does a big move on GJ. It's just how it's been these days. Maybe 30 pip move max, which will look big. 30 pip move is like down here. It will look massive, but in terms of pip wise, pip value, it's not that much compared to what GJ used to do back in the day. News poll, we have 2 minutes for news poll. Hey Harry, let's get serious here. You up for a one-on-one podcast? I'll expose you how you fool your viewers by selling them false hope. Your place, your time. Alright, deal. Come meet me. Team TMK Fit Fighting Gym. Octagon. Bring your gloves and we'll sort this out the real way, brother. Let's go. And bring your team as well, huh? I'm bringing Moritz. Where's Joe? I'm booking flight tomorrow. Be ready, Joe. Moritz flight tomorrow. Be ready, bro. Don't engage with this fool. Well, he said get serious. I thought he was talking and then I just had to read the rest of it. His name is Ashish. He should change his name to Hashish because it seems like that's what he's on these days. Just send him my address. I'll take care. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Luciano's coming. Okay, here's the news. So we're dumping down here. Means that news actually came back as expected or slightly negative. Let's have a look. Should be maybe minus 0.2 or maybe minus 0.1. Let's see. Pending, 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 pending. Okay, we're going to skip this pending. It's taking too long. Give us the numbers, please. How long does it pend? You know the news or you don't? What? They know or they don't? Okay, maybe Tradingview gives us minus 0.3. Damn. So much more. Yeah, so 30 pip move I expect. 30 pip move. Let's see. That's what's been happening these days. 30 pips would be down here, max. That's the max move I expect before maybe it chills a little bit. But this opens up into some more ranges, but just classic classic BS. Now let's see what's happened with DAX here. No top wick on this DAX candle, pushing down 15 minutes. So we can still get in on a 5 minute. We want to see that top wick come through. So it's looking like it's retracing. We'll see what ends up happening. All red, yes. It was red news. But construction's doing good. Services is totally screwed. Manufacturing is screwed. Like I said, I'm more interested in gold and DAX. 1 hour close below, so that 1 hour trade won't make sense anyways, so you're waiting for this 15. They have Joe in construction, so they could. Tell him you have a former SWAT officer here. Okay, there we go. Nah, I'm telling you, man, we are totally covered, man. What website do you find the news? The one I showed you was called Forex Factory, and the other one I use is called Financial Juice. Financial Juice is headlines. That's why I like Financial Juice. It gives like headlines, any random shit that comes out. It is delayed. It is delayed. So if a random headline comes out, then it is a bit delayed. So here's that top wick we wanted. Left to force went private force. Damn, that's cool, man. I'm telling you, we have a lot of high skilled individuals here. They have Joe in construction. I don't even think he's here, man. You see, he's busy building right now. That's why it came out good. Oh, he's here, he's here. $28 pip move, so I was right. I was close. Not yet, not yet. I'll see if I'm right before, but it's chilling now, right? We get around that max 30 pip. That's what I've been seeing in news moves these days. Yeah, 27, 28. Now it's chilling a little bit, so not bad, right? Not bad. That's just what I've been noticing. This rejection is actually good for us, believe it or not, because if we get below now after seeing a rejection, you have to think of price logically, right? Think whenever you see a rejection from your zone, don't feel like, ah, damn, my trade setup was there, now it's gone. No, when you see a rejection from a zone and now we're looking for sells below this zone and it gets below the zone, you can ask yourself, okay, if we rejected it initially and now we're getting below, why should it need to reject it again when we have the confirmation that something now closes below the zone? So once something now closes below the zone after seeing a rejection, it's kind of being like it faked everyone out. Now you get the real confirmation. It should give more confidence to see price continue down because all the BS should be finished. If it rejects again and fakes out, then you're just completely wrong today as a whole, right? Your idea is wrong, right? So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Permission to ban Mr. Ashish? Yeah, you can ban him. Why is he silent? He should give a green flag. Because I don't have time for your BS. Actually, wait. He wants to expose me. Let him expose me. Let's just hear his expose first, because we want to just see. Just quickly. Please expose me. I want to see. Yeah, he's saying here, he said here. Done with the jokes. Should I expose you, Harry, now? I'm not joking around. If you're man enough, you will answer my next questions honestly. So I will answer his next question honestly. I will answer his next question that average 5 to 8% returns is totally stupid expectations. Does DAX at the bottom of the range high time frame scare you at all? Little bit, yes, but we've just been in this, like the one thing that's giving me confidence is this daily break of structure is pretty massive, but we could see a retracement from here. You know, DAX sometimes likes to do that liquidity grab, then continue up, but we can at least trade to the wick, right? You don't close. I think a close below pre would make more sense. It's a small one, but I thought I'd mention it. That's why I put the box. That's why I put the box. You see the box? So if we don't get the 15, we can use that box. But to be honest, you're probably just taking it like break of low. But with the way this is about to close right now, 5 minutes, we'll see. Could close bullish then the next one. We don't know yet. See what gold is doing. Gold is also making structure. Here's his expose. Okay, I'm listening. Brother, you take small wins and big losses. I once was your follower as well as traded the exact way you did. But at the end of the month, sometimes I made 3%, not gonna lie. Good. But the very next month I lose 2%, then again in 3 months I gained nothing. Which is my fault. This is what I don't understand. I think your logic is a bit off. Why are you reading this? Because I wanted to see his expose. I don't think it's exposing. And also, yes, sometimes my losses are slightly bigger than my wins, but I don't lose as much. In my whole track record, I've lost 44 times, whole. So it's okay sometimes to allow that. It doesn't mean that it makes your trading system invalid. Actually, yesterday we had this exact same conversation, right, guys? When we were doing the calculation in NY Zoom. That was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting. What type of expose is this? I don't know, man. Anyways, but you know, we addressed it, so now we can move on. So obviously you're not happy with the way I trade, so go trade somewhere else, man. I think you can find someone who can trade better than me and follow them. Okay, I shared what I felt, and I'm sorry if I went too far. I'm not here to spam. It was a genuine concern. Bro, I think you need... I honestly, like, if I'm being honest, man, like, you are on the right track. Just to lose 2% the next month and sometimes make nothing means you're very close to be consistently profitable. The fact that you are making 3% is a great start. You have to realize that after that you scale. You scale after that. Like, if my average returns are 5 to 8% and you're making 3%, it's fine. That's not a bad thing. Maybe you tilt, maybe something happens that causes you to lose. So you have to realize that you in the beginning are saying that I'm giving unrealistic expectations, when my expectations was 5 to 8%. I mean, it's public. Go and calculate last month's returns. You'll see it's like 4.6 on journal. Anyways, we addressed it. What drugs are you using? Give it, we all want to try. I just found it as interesting because but what I do want is I want DAX to come down, man, because this is a juicy range if we get volume. How's gold doing? Creating structure, it seems. Every time I switch pair, it zooms out for some reason. Is this a bug? No. Not yet. Could we squeeze anything in here? Not really, no. I really hope London doesn't range in here. That would be the worst case scenario. I mean, nothing happens to us. Nothing happens to us. But damn, it's not really fun, is it? We have ranges today. That's the how's GJ doing after news? Still continuing down. We have range below here. We need structure on GJ. GJ's pretty cooked, man. News kind of mess our ranges up. One big candle here. Now we need, if we can pull back, create setup 2. It's also valid here. Let's check 4 hour. Now we're sitting at 4 hour supports. But I will say one thing. One thing that I do quite like here as a potential, because we've just been playing this range. I'm going to turn off drawings and show you guys this. Bounce from the bottom of the range, bounce from the bottom of the range. If this pops down a little bit more and we create some sort of change of structure, yes, it'll take a little bit longer. But every time we've had a change of structure here, continuation, change of structure here, continuation, change of structure here, potential continuation. Right? You see that? So we can get that. We can get that. Just tap 195 key level. So let's see. That will take maybe like 30 minutes though, because we need a bullish candle, then a bearish candle, then a bullish candle. 30-40 minutes. Interesting. Liquidity grab now pushing up. If you remember, yesterday was counter bias, but what's the argument here for counter bias today? We haven't grabbed liquidity from this low. 4 hour time frame, yes, is at Wicks. I don't know what the argument is for counter bias today. Wick zone, how much can we rely on this wick zone? I mean, in the past it has been our lows, but then I feel like counter bias, we really want to be buying above here. Clear this. This is where we would get inconsistencies. Going to test daily open and come back down. Wow. That would allow us to then counter trend trade to daily open. Where can I see your NY session journal? In the Discord group. Damn, Tony looks like he's gonna beat something up, bro. Wife beater on. He's ready. Moritz, you see what Tony's preparing, huh? Be careful. Moritz is swiping right. Full locked in, see? Muted as well, you see? See? Our full supply is holding until London Open, then might start printing below. I don't think this is a supply though. Supply would be more here, but this is just Wick. This is a 1 hour supply down here. Gold full dump? Let's see. Yeah, 66, man. We're bullish bias today though, right? Yeah. But you know, we can use this dump to buy back up from these zones here. It's not the end of the world. Can use this dump to buy back up. Gold such a hole. Yesterday CPI came up bad. Gold was supposed to fly, but did some strong retracement, and later on it went up as dictated by the fundamentals. Yes. I think, you know, in trading, gold, GJ, they're both the girl that you want to be with, but always ends up breaking your heart. I think DAX is a good long-term partner. Good balance. Exactly, right? Can have moves, but long-term is alright. Same with NASDAQ, same with US 30. Just bought one of these for NY session. Get the steps while it's boring. Very good. What's this, man? It has this game? Oh no, he's playing a game. What, you can connect this? 136 kg. Not bad, not bad. How much can you trust 5-minute candles on US oil? Any idea? Already have 30-minute close? Yeah, if you have the 30 and the 1 hour, then you can trust the 5, right? Because you have those. How many steps you do a day, Joe? $10K? Not bad. At the moment, I'm doing 14K. Don't have your phone, you go buy a Whoop or a Fitbit, man. Phone to track steps is highly inaccurate, huh, by the way. Gold and GJ are more manipulated than some others as there's more interest in it. Well, if you look at it as an asset, you know, it's annoying wearing boxing gloves. Yeah, that's true. Can get bicep bands. Interesting. Is walking better than running if you're trying to build muscle? 1000%, yes. Big difference. Big difference. Oof, how much do we want to counter trend today, man? Markets are making you, it's like they're teasing you, you know. We could also use this to sell. Let's see how 5 looks in here. We can use it to sell below something like this. Boom. See 30. Yeah, it's the 30 as well. 1 hour is a little bit lower though. Not at all. We go safe. Safe is boring. Safe is boring. Find that walking is better than running since it allows talking with girls. Running is not good approach. No. Tony looks like this. Yeah, he's ready. And what a classic game. My childhood, this. Why is walking better for muscle? Yeah, what they said is right. I mean, but you should be doing a paced walk, huh? You should be doing a paced walk. Meaning you should be walking with on an incline at decent speed, heart rate 130. This is good for fat loss and preserving muscle. Good morning from Norway. Hello, brother. Question. When I put the lines on support resistance, for example, there's a resistance, there's a big difference between close and open bearish. Yeah, because of what broker you're using. So on a pair, Stairmaster is good. Yes, Stairmaster is good. On a pair like Forex, use forex.com. Gold, I use PYTH. For German 40, I use forex.com. Yeah, Stairmaster is good. Very, very good. Because you're not running, it will fatigue you, but then that's just fatigue management, you know. Same thing bike is actually amazing. You see these power bikers legs, guys? This proves to you that like, look at these guys legs, guys, on these power bikes. Like look at these guys quads, it's crazy. They have massive legs, some of these guys, you know. So this proves to you that, you know, like, look, most of their legs are very well developed. So this shows you that it also does not impair. They do quite a bit of weightlifting, yeah, but the point is that as a cardio, because that's quite cardio, it's not impairing their weightlifting, right? They're still able to put on muscle. I mean, that guy squats like 5 plates and stuff like that. He's insane, that guy. Your live streams are addictive. I'm always here. You're welcome to be here, brother. I wonder how long they can run though. Yeah, anyone with big legs can't really run, man. The people who take drugs build muscle too fast for running, exactly, and stress the joints. But regular people should run for cardio, for proof of concept. Look at 100 meters sprinters. Yeah, but that's more an athletic look. But it depends on your goals, right? Bro, what is Tony asking? He must be trying to rage bait. Full lycra kit, wanker. Damn. That's cool. You used to ride bikes for a team. That's pretty cool. Joe seems pretty active. Better than the other Joe who just drinks Stella every day. Legal, it's a blind eye, meaning that you don't get in trouble if you're caught with them. It's like a, you know, it's not really allowed, but it's pretty easy to get, you know. someone's skinny, getting into the gym, gaining weight and muscle, would you suggest cutting out cardio? 100%. If you're trying to gain muscle, 100% cut out cardio. If you're skinny. If you're fat, you need to do both, weightlifting and cardio. But if you're skinny, cut that out. Really, in Sweden it's that strict? Yeah, I did remember some bodybuilders speaking about that. Jesus. I wonder if they have any bodybuilding shows in Sweden. I need to check. Because you can't run a bodybuilding show then. So we're rejecting the highs here, so it's still 50-50. GJ dumped. I need some sort of structure, something, man. Something. I mean, if you really wanted to go aggressive, it is a little bit crazy, but it is an aggressive option. If you really rely on this dump, you can take this 15-minute candle close below here. 15 pips for 8 pip target. You don't have much. You're looking for volume to give you the rest of 15 pips, but you know, selling lows like this for me just never feels like a good idea. Shit was burning. I wonder if you could get away with stops above. Yeah, you're 15 pip stops, man. You can't run. Your break even is pretty close as well. Especially if it keeps pushing like this last 34 seconds. Gold trying to start to create some sort of rejection here. And DAX, let's see if DAX is ready. Yeah, DAX is starting to shape up a little bit. We're getting nice liquidity grab from the highs. I don't like that this is an equal top. Don't like that. So hopefully on broker it's not. It's a little bit higher on broker. That is good. GU setup 3 valid? Let's see, GU. It's not a setup 3 candle. Yes, exactly. Setup 3 candle would have a shorter wick, then yes, it would be valid in that sense. Right now on GU, you also have this previous support here. You're looking for a close below here. And now that you have the 15, you're probably just looking for the next 15 closing below. Hey Harry, have you ever thought about trading futures? Why not? Yes. I made a video about why I don't trade personally futures and why you should maybe trade futures. I called it, does Forex strategies really work in futures trading? Quick answer, they do, but this is Forex versus futures. So I just talked about it, why I don't do it. 10-minute video. Check it out. I'll link it for you. That'll answer all your questions instead of me yapping for 10 minutes right now. It's a very simple thing. After 100k subs, please start the live stream on NY also just for 1 week, please, so I want to see how you approach NY session. Yeah, maybe we can do that, but let's see how many subs we're getting per stream at the moment. And then you can see if you guys deserve it or not. Content, live, let's say yesterday's live stream, analytics. Okay, it didn't come through yet, analytics. Yeah, you guys have some work to do, man. We're getting 3 subscribers per stream. 3 subscribers per stream. So have some work to do. You guys need to step up the subscribers. Share the stream. Like it. 3 subscribers ain't gonna cut it, guys. I don't want YouTube BS that time. Yeah, of course. If we stream NY, we'll all get banned. Yeah, NY is different vibe, man. I want to keep it like that. I like it. Bro, NY has more audience in London. Maybe you should promote the stream on NY. Yeah, but you want to hear something crazy? What if I don't stream NY? What if I don't stream because of audience? I stream because this is how I trade. It's a big difference. A lot of people stream because they want to build a brand. They want to do this. They want to do that. Sell courses, whatever. But I stream to show my trading. It's a big difference. So I'm not going to change my whole session just to reach a bigger audience where 90% of the people are streaming. Harry, you only make $4 on that stream? Yeah, but you'll get probably around 2.8. If you were to withdraw that $4, you get 2.8. But yeah, per stream I get $3 to $4. You don't stream for money, huh? Make sure. So you're being paid $2 an hour. I think that's less than minimum wage. So yeah, if you plan to become a streamer, don't do it for money. I tell you that much. Ain't gonna pay you. Same thing with YouTube. I'm net negative on my YouTube channel. The cost it makes to make thumbnails, edit videos, buy equipment, in a deep hole. You have 96k subs? No, I have 95k subs. What's minimum wage in Dubai? There is not a minimum wage in Dubai. I know some people that work in Dubai on $150 a month. You can get very cheap labor here. So you can pay someone to do your garden about $150 a month. Yep. So he'll come every day, he'll do your garden, he'll come on his bike, you pay him $150. He's doing maybe 3 people. He's happy with that, man. He's happy. That's the cost. In my gym, the cleaners in my gym, they get paid $280 a month. That's their salary. Is that a part-time gig? Yes, part-time. But I'll give you a full-time gig. Like the guys, like a cleaner job will be paid $280 here. $280, but they get everything included. Accommodation, food, transportation. So all inclusive, $280. Same in Morocco? Yeah. But you know, in their country that translates. Because they have no expenses. They get accommodation, food, and transport. But they're working very hard shifts. They work 12-hour shifts, 6 to 6. What's the duty timing on cleaners, bro? 6 to 6. But you have to remember, these guys, their accommodation, they put them in the middle of nowhere. So for example, the guys who work closer in Dubai, their accommodation is somewhere like called Ajman. That's a 1 hour drive in the morning and 2.5-3 hours back because of traffic, because they have to go through a place called Sharjah. Heavy traffic there. So they're 3 hours back. So they wake up at about like 4 a.m., get their shit together, pack everything. Then they're out of the house of their accommodation by 5, and they're back by 9. It's a very hard life, you know. I have a lot of respect for them. I always try to help them out. I have good conversations. That's how I know all of this stuff, because I always speak to them. And, you know, we're very privileged, guys. You have to realize very privileged. And they're still happy. And we're here complaining that sometimes we missed a candle going through a screen behind the comfort of our fucking laptop. Oh no, it didn't give us an entry. Shit. Crying, feeling shit. And these guys are freaking waking up at 4 a.m. to drive an hour and coming back at 9 just to go straight back to sleep and repeat that. Crazy. They're bowling in the sun? No, they get inside. They're inside. The road builders in Dubai, yes, they're the real, yes. You're exactly correct, Karim, yes. That's even tougher. Some of them even pass away because of that. They don't speak about that side, but yeah. You know, they pass away because of the heat and they fall off. They fall off the building. There's a lot of stuff, man. Check about Sonapur accommodation camp. It's crazy. Yeah, that's some of the accommodation camps I'm talking about. Oh. $70 degrees Celsius, best weather? Yeah. I think 20s is the nice. Thanks for being honest, mate. I was one of those, not the best conditions, but happy helped my family back in Africa. Yeah, it's facts, man. It's facts, you know. I mean, you have to make you have to just, like, someone has to put in the work, man. Otherwise you can't put food on the table. You know? But, you know, you have to have a lot of respect for these people. They're the true, you know, putting in real effort. And can you imagine, like, that's the effort they put in that part of their lives, but people don't want to put effort to change their life for the better? Same, and I always tell them, I speak to those guys and I tell them, like, listen, you're putting so much effort right now. You're living in a life that most people would never be able to live. Why? Because you don't know better, but there is better. All you have to do is apply that same energy elsewhere. Teach them how to trade your cleaners. They're not my cleaners, bro. If I had cleaners, I would treat them a little bit better. Out of just, I don't know. I don't think I could run a company like that, because to be profitable, you need to pay them less. But I don't know. But it's also good to give them jobs. I would just try to find a way to balance it. I mean, I would make the company completely different. I would run the company in a completely different way, and still remain profitable. I would have to think how I design that. I've never thought about it, but yeah, not really the thing, you know. Would you ever start your own gym? Yeah, I've had talks with people to do that. It's just not profitable. It's a passion project. You can't make profits in a gym. It's very tough. You need to have multiple locations and really scale hard. Really? Yeah. Very, very, very difficult to make profits in a gym. Just the equipment, the rent of the warehouse alone, because location is very important for a gym. Number one thing for a gym is location. If you want to, and then the second thing here is what type of people do you want to attract to the gym. The people who you're gonna make money off are not really people who are into bodybuilding. They're just general fitness goers. They're the people who buy a gym membership and don't come. That's the people who are gonna make you money, or buy a gym membership for the treadmills, you know. Call them sleepers. Yeah, we ran the numbers. It's very unprofitable. One of my friends made a gym in their house. Insane facility, insane, crazy. But I know how much it costs them. They will bring people to train there. I need to go check it out when it's done, but I've seen it. It's like almost a full functional gym. Hopefully DAX can wake up. Owned by one owner. You find the owner, he's very passionate. Or it's been running for 10 years, 15 years, and eventually it becomes profitable. but you need a long time for a gym to become profitable, and you need an oversubscription, meaning that you need to have enough people in the gym that cannot really afford, like that your gym cannot afford to house. But gym chains make money, you know. Unless you run a gym like this famous one in Dubai that keep charging famous people's, the famous one in Dubai that keep charging people's credit cards after they've cancelled, not gonna name them. Yeah, Gym Nation was doing that. I used to go to Gym Nation and they do that. Yes, when you cancel, they still charge. But you can get it back. Just have to put your foot down. Do you know how much maids make there? Huge people come for that. Yeah, maids are treated a lot better here. There is a minimum for maids. By law, you have to pay them 400. It's actually very, let's say you wanted to bring a Filipino maid here, you have to pay a lot of money to get a whole different certification to bring them here and stuff like that. It's a whole different process. But yeah, they get paid around, I would say minimum $400 per month with accommodation given and food given. Gold, how are we doing? Gold slowly making its way towards the upside. I can't believe how much London is ranging these days. Like, we have amazing ranges today. We just needed to move. That's it. Amazing ranges, just needed to move. I'm gonna start writing my plan because people think, yeah, I'm just here talking, doing nothing. Like, those are my plans. 50 minutes, it starts to move. Yeah, we hope. Good idea for YouTube? I think so. You are talking and doing nothing? No, I am doing something by waiting for my plan. So technically that's not nothing. Nothing would mean I'm here talking with no plan, no idea, just here doing nothing, right? Nothing is the best position you have? Yes, because otherwise you probably would be taking something that makes you lose. But I'm liking the looks of DAX if it can wake up. Nothing is also not talking? Yeah, technically, yeah. This is why I hate trading by myself, man. Oof. When I used to trade by myself, like these type of days where you're just waiting for your setup, fuck, I just go take something random all the time, man. All the time, I just go ahead and take something random. So easy, you know? Bro, it's been 2 years trading, following one strategy and 2 trades per day, mostly swing trades, and 1 month for the past 5 months at break even. What to do? Without seeing your trades, I can't advise. There's obviously something going wrong. Break even is the next step before profitability. You just need to adjust something. You know, there's something going wrong with that, and it's very easy to adjust. London Open will probably mess up DAX. I hope not. I hope not. We'll see. If you guys haven't already, leave a like on the stream. Goal. Oh, I forgot to put that. That's why everyone's moving slow. Remember the giveaway at 700 viewers. I put it down from 750. Being kind. This company wants to collaborate with me, and I'm wondering if I should collaborate with them. They seem pretty interesting. There's a company that does tokenization of real estate, and they just launched a project and they sold out within 58 seconds. And you can buy a portion of real estate through crypto, fully verified. So if you wanted to buy real estate, you could buy it with like $2,500, and you would have that investment instead of needing to buy the whole property. And the guy who owns it, he's a very big businessman. He owns Denmark. It's a very big real estate company It's his daughters that do it. It's like crowdfunding, but tokenization version. It's all, yeah, it's like, exactly. It is a real estate investment trust, yes. But it's done on digital. You know the 1% guy? I think I've seen some of his stuff. I'm not 100%. Yes, it is like a real estate investment trust. But they messaged me and they were like, would you be interested in collaboration? So I'm looking into them. I think it's a great idea. Do you know if ECB speeches affect DAX? They can do, yes. When do we have ECB speeches? 1 o'clock. We're okay, don't worry. How much is the ROI? Depends on the project. Yeah. London Open? No. 1 hour 2 hours after London Open. Let's check this. See what their returns are. $8 to 12% expected net annual ROI. Invest as little as basically $500. GJ buys above 191.5. 191.5. What do you mean 191.5? Are you going mad or something, bro? 195.5. Jesus, what do you mean 195.5, bro? That's very far away. Bro, you're going nuts, bro. Just need to check what's going on with you. $195.1. Okay. I want to see 15-minute change of structure. Every time we've had 15-minute change of structure, it's worked. Without, no. So I actually want to see this close bearish. Next one above, then yes. Do your due diligence, man. Heard too many stories here. About what? Rent yields around 5%. Property prices slightly drop throughout the year. How on earth would they get 8 to 10? Because they underpriced the asset with the idea that more people are investing in it. They get to sell their own property, if you think about it like that. And yeah, I know how to invest in property here. That is one thing I know. I'm talking more about their idea. More about their idea of tokenization, more than the investment of property. I don't actually recommend buying apartments right now in Dubai. I would stay away. Eight minutes. What is the rent there? For what, for example? Depends on a lot, man. Area, what? In Dubai? Yeah, but apartment where? You know, where, how big, how many bedroom? So many factors, man. You know, so many factors. Like a one bedroom in a semi-okay area is gonna cost you 2,800 a month, easy. What factors do you look to find a good property and what make good profit from it? In Dubai, right? In Dubai, number one thing I look for is what is the price. It needs to be underpriced compared to the same product in other areas. So I look, you have to do it like a crypto coin. You have to treat it like a crypto coin. Do you believe that it has enough fundamental case for this coin or this area, the coin becomes the area, to develop into something? I stick to people mostly MR. MR always build amazing communities. The second thing is there's an oversupply of apartments, undersupply of physical villas and townhouses. Most families, bigger families, would prefer townhouse. Everyone would prefer townhouse over an apartment. The next thing I look for is, okay, what is the prices of townhouses in communities that have been built and established? How far is that off from what I'm paying for? If there's a big gap, it's an opportunity. The last thing I'm looking for is general product, which I can trust from who I'm buying from. What is the product? Then I'm looking at the price per square foot. I'm checking that compared to similar areas, right? This is what I'm doing. Now, the last thing is being able to get your hands on these, which you do through contacts, because these type of investment opportunities go pretty quick. When they go pretty quick, that's it. Consider buying an apartment, building and converting into condos, then sell the paper. You can get 20% down payment. Yeah, that works in US, not in Dubai. Works in other places, but in Dubai it doesn't really work like this, because you can't own the land as well. The land is owned by government. Six minutes to close. Yeah, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Let's see what happens on the open here. We have gold as well making its way towards the upside, so hopefully this can continue. We get a setup. 1 hour is starting to look pretty good, right? Amazing retest. I don't like the 5 minute too much. We barely have 5 minute structure. It's kind of been a straight push, but hopefully that's enough liquidity to continue up. I wonder if we take it based on 1 hour. Actually, no, we can't. Stop loss is way too big. Based on a 1 hour, if it closes, you know, you're looking at 100 plus pip stop loss. We don't have range to daily resistance. Yes, we have range up here, but how do we know that just price is gonna rip forever? We'd need a very heavy day, which we've had, right? Remember, we're not buying from a low point to get to a high point. We're buying higher. We're buying from highs to get to higher highs. It's never a situation we want to be in, to buy at highs to get to higher highs and expect it to make a massive rally that we've not really seen consistently perform. Same thing on DAX, but again, stop loss is way different on DAX. I really hope London Open doesn't just give one dump candle. One thing we have to consider, guys, is if London Open stop wick, I might sell stop this low here. I do want to mark this wick. So I have seen this happen before, where we close below, we wick up. And if we wick up, we flip and break this low. I have seen a pretty good drive. You'd put stop loss just back in the range, something like a 25-point stop loss. Set up 7. No, it would mostly be based on, honestly, this 1 hour close. You're taking a 1 hour setup 1, basically. What would be a 3-bedroom apartment, 90 to 100 square meters in a decent area, to buy or to rent? For rent, probably around in decent area, 3-bedroom. Yeah, minimum $4,000. Yeah. Fitbit, any recommendation? Any of the charge? I have the thing. I think I have the charge 5 or charge 4. That was instant rejection on DAX, one of those scary ones. Yes. Is it good? I like it, man, because it has. If I buy a property in Dubai, do I get a golden visa? If it's worth around $550,000, yes. You can't buy any property and get a visa. You need it to be above 2 million dirhams, which is like 550. You also wear while sleeping? I do, yeah. All right, 35 seconds to open. Let's see what the open does here. Gold is well moving up. 30-minute no setup, 15-minute no setup, 1 hour maybe a setup, but stop loss is not there. My close below as well. So let's see what DAX is gonna do on the open here. I'm also just gonna be ready to see if I like anything. So no top wick. Well, very small. It's like a gap open down. So no close below and no close below in 1 hour, huh? Very important, no close below in 1 hour. We need at least a 5. That's so weird. My chart colors changed on my freaking app. How does that work? Yeah, definitely got a top wick now. Need to change my colors back, but I forgot what my colors were. It was like a whitish, I can see in the journal. I want to get my colors back. Okay, darker gray. So weird. Bar up is darker gray. I kind of had an outline before, but now I don't have that outline. We need a 5-minute close below here. Doesn't look the same, man. Doesn't look the same. How's gold doing? 1 hour kind of like doji close, 30-minute at resistance. Yeah, next 15-minute you would need above. GJ ranging. Not GJ, sorry, DAX. Back inside the range now, DAX. Very important, 1 hour didn't close below, you see. Someone who I've read saying gold moving back to 3400, but that's not necessarily today. I do not like buying the highs, so tough situation today. Yeah, it's kind of like your only option though to buy the highs, unfortunately. When do you take a trade? The minute the setup comes. You can see my plans on the screen. If you can't read the plans, then you're a bit cooked. Appreciate subscribing to the channel. Let's get it, guys. What is this? Garment? Yeah, this is very advanced though. This can do almost everything. GPS, but it has GPS and warp as well. Next 15-minute close above will be a nice shot on GJ. Yes, yes, that's about it. We would have the change of structure then. See if we can close below here. See if we get a close below here to sell. 3 minutes. Ever look at NASDAQ to trade? Yeah, I mostly look at US 30. But yeah, NASDAQ is the similar session time, similar stuff. Every pair today can be like, let me show you how I can move up and down in one place. It is showing us that. Yeah, literally we started here, we're here now. So we need closes. That's why closes are very powerful. You know, wicks are intimidating people right now. Getting them into positions. If the 4 hour close bullish will change to mixed, yeah, then you probably look for buys in NY if I'm being honest. You know, one thing I'm thinking, how many times would it break the low here again and then reject again? For me, that's very weird to see that. So I'm wondering if we get something a little bit impulsive, because I feel like it's cooking something. It's especially if the 50-minute like weekly closes below. We have to see. So far, it's just being a lot of BS. It's not making it easy for us, if I'm being honest. Staying in the same place for how long? Sucks. Sucks to stay in the same place. Market so boring today. Anyone got a tip on what iPhone to get? Need a new one. Currently got 11. Just get the new iPhone. Aren't they coming out with a new iPhone soon? I actually need a new phone, but I don't change it because it's not broken, but it looks very bad. Looks cheap, but fuck it. I think mine is the 11 as well. What if we have buy opportunity on counter trend for DAX? Yeah, there is. 5 minutes not clean, so you need the 50-minute close, but look at stops. See how GJ option is doing. Problem is I want to buy an iPhone, but I need to buy a lot of stuff now. I'm buying a Mac, I'm buying a new camera. Just that alone is like gonna be $2,500. Then a new phone is like $3,000. It's fine, but why a Mac? Just to travel. You go to coffee shops when you're doing stuff like that, and you know, need a laptop. You need camera with good battery. Exactly. What Mac you're getting? Who knows? I go there and see what I need. You don't have to buy a Mac. I like the Macs though. They're very clean, rigid. I like the metal. Can you check GU? Will it be valid setup 1, no top wick? I mean, it's gone. It's gone. Just a random dump. Same thing. Wow. Wow. We're ranging so much today, huh? Why didn't you buy them before your car? Because I don't need them all the time, right? I don't need them all the time. Camera is just something I'm adding to that. But like, do I really need a new phone? No, it's working. Everything works on my phone. So I don't mind spending money, but I'm not a guy to spend useless money for no reason. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know? I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can do that without really having too much thought. But at the same time, it's like, why do I need to if everything's working fine? So I rather spend that on things I actually need, like new camera, a laptop, you see? Camera required. I actually have to buy 2 new cameras. If I upgrade this camera, the only next step I have to go to is a $3,000 camera. So I don't know if I need to do that. Because this is like the best of its range. You can't buy, unless you jump onto to a full, you know? Unless I jump to a full-fledged camera, this is the best of its range. Do it, gonna see you in 4K. Well, you guys get the webcam, that's why you don't see me in 4K, but... What camera do you have? ZV-1. Yes. Exactly, Raika, yes. That's the one I have. Like, where'd you go above that, right? The next step is to get like the FX3. How much is the FX3? Yeah, full-fledged camera, right? You know, full power camera that. Yeah. I was thinking more the A7. But that's like $2,500 with a lens and everything, you know. 1.7 just for the camera. It's good for vlogs. Yeah, I like it because it's compact. I have A7 and it's good. It connects to your PC. Yeah, that's what nice. And it doesn't run out of charge. Because the problem with the ZV is that when you plug it in to connect your PC, it doesn't charge at the same time. It's separate connection. Get the DJI. I will buy that for vlogging as well, no? How you miss your Audi? The convenience of it, yes. You know? Yeah, the convenience I do. But otherwise, it's pretty good replacement, I would say. You know, you can't be upset with that replacement. Wow. GJ as well going down right next to support. Not the close we wanted, right? For the setup 5 buys. Ugh. I hate when it stalls like this, the market. I know many people lost money in these choppy markets. Yes, and you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Do you guys get a trade? There's DAX sells. DAX sells. NY gonna be great today because London rages. That is also true, though. That is true. Hate to say it. But it's nice to be done early in the day. I do prefer that. But look at this range we've been sitting in for London here. Like, you can't fake it. Like, what the hell, man? What are we gonna do? Just wait. Maybe it picks up when everyone's not watching. When everyone's not watching, maybe DAX picks up. Man, I need to adjust my candle colors, man. I miss my old candle colors. What the hell happened to it, bro? How do you adjust it? I mean, how does that even work? What the fuck, man? So annoying. I've had those for so long, but it looks completely different now. Volumes, line chart, bear candle, bull candle. Okay, it's looking better now. Looking better. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Aha, we're back. Back in business. Let's go. Damn, it really changed everything. Crazy bait range. Next move will be strong. It will be strong, man. This is messing up a lot of people right now. Staying patient is the best thing. Did this close below this support, man? You need to draw it properly. If it's 1 hour support and you see one next to it, you have to drag it below, bro. You know, you have to drag it to match this one. Amazing patience. You need it, man. Otherwise, you lose in these market conditions. Like nothing's happening. You either get stuck in range and you're just going in profit and loss and profit and loss and profit and loss. I mean, to be able to survive any random pullbacks, you need a massive stop loss here. Because your idea can still play out, but there's no reason why it doesn't come back and test into here if it really wants to do something crazy. Catch everyone out and then do the real move. Or you're going to get the straight dump like this. We can take sells. Something closing below. 5-minute candle closing below. Hopefully this next 5 minute does it. Because if I'm being honest, getting a little bit bored if I'm being honest. Look at even this shit's ranging now. Very slow morning, got 150 points overnight drop on Nasdaq, but now everyone waiting for more news on Iraq strike or something. Let's have fun after stream like a party. Let's do it. I've always wondered why it's not easy to buy the lows of a ranging price, sell the highs up and down for profit, but it's never worked. When you watch it, it works, but when you try it, it doesn't. It's weird, huh? It's just like how markets work sometimes. Okay, we're waking up. We're waking up. Can we get the close below? The moment you do it, breaks out. Yeah, it's just some BS, you know? Three minutes. To be safe, you need to run full 15 SL. If it breaks out, it has to go. If it comes back in range, it's going to be cooked past the 15 SL. You will see it break this range here, because if it doesn't push after closing below, it's coming to go mess everyone else up in the range, or it's just going to stay in the range all session. So you might as well just minimize it, try get the max RR, and if it doesn't push, manage with just something coming back in the range, like a 1 minute break of structure, some BS like that. So to test this theory, let's say you were trading the range, you would buy this, right? Just right now, press buy. So far it's going good. Because it hit bottom of range. Stop loss you could put, I don't know, like 11 points. TP would be here. Damn, he was spamming me. gunfire. Someone's desperate. Windows gunfire. That was Telegram. Might get the close below here. Might get the close below and wick fill. This would be the first candle closing below. About 32 point stops. 16 seconds. Can it close below or is it going to be extremely boring? 10 seconds. Damn, bro, damn. Another 5 minutes. We wait another 5 minutes. We have the 30 and 15 close next. I know that for some people it doesn't make any sense, but it's a thing. Okay, I didn't really read what he was saying before. 5 minute bearish first would be great. Bullish first. Yeah, but then it won't close the 15 below. So it's not going to be good for us. I'm scared this just dumps, man. But you can't trust it. No pressure, yeah, I know. The pressure would be that I'm scared it just dumps right now. But the problem is every time it's rejected. So why this time? The only way you can argue that is breaking this low here, but then stops is cooked. Yeah, this is what I'm scared about. I don't want to miss this breakout. We've been ranging all morning. Tough one. Very tough one. 3 minutes, boys. 3 minutes. Hold your breath. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of torture. Could close above, huh? Could close above. Just remember that. I was gonna say I need to go to the toilet, but I don't want to cause it to dump. I mean, how big stops can we deal with right now? 39, damn. After all of that, it's gonna do us like this. Cooked? Not yet, not yet. We can have 1 minute structure in the next few candles. But that's what I talked about, breaking this low, right? The aggressive trade. Yet again. Cooked us all week. Now it's working. You run stops back in the range around 34 points. $49 points is heavy, boys. 49 points, and that's aggressive stop loss. But it is possible to see a 49 pip move. Yeah, took that wick out, now rejecting, creating 1 minute structure. If the next candle makes good top wick, we can use that as stop, breaking the low. GJ as well, trying to set up here. See if that closes above. 24 pip stop loss is a bit shitty though. Big move you need. Gold is cooked. One, two, three, 4 candles, no pullbacks. So hopefully next one gives a pullback or a steep top wick. We could also manage off this 1 minute structure. Damn, no top wick at all. Did it give on broker? No, no top wick on broker as well. That's pretty messed up, man. That's very messed up. I asked for a steep top wick. This is what I get instead. Ugh. This is why I wanted to impulsively take it here. Yeah. Some days you just need to pull the trigger on those risky positions. I really wish I didn't have that situation that I had in the beginning of the month, so I could take these risky shots. That's the difference, man. That's the difference. There's a way to enter, but you're just going risky again. Rejecting on 5. Is there a 5 minute here? Yeah, there is a little 5 minute. Might go make a top wick now. GJ closed below the 4-hour support for me, unless I've drawn it wrong. Make sure I'm drawing it accurate. No, it's pretty accurate. 1 minute structure, aggressive one. Yes, we could, but we need that top wick, right? Just to give us an entry. Man, it's so hard because you want to take that aggressive position, man. You want to take that aggressive position, but everything else says no. It's not been working well these days. Now it all of a sudden works, and this is where it becomes tough. It's a pretty aggressive. You go break of this low, stop loss just back in the range. Pretty random. You're relying on this 1 minute structure here to hold. Not sure how I feel about if I should have taken that or not. I would have been annoyed if I lost that, to be honest. What situation you had? In the beginning of the month, I took aggressive positions and they all lost. Every aggressive position I took lost. So I stopped taking aggressive positions because I can't keep risking that, right? It's stupid. They are aggressive positions and they all lost. So if I lost this position, I'm really gonna kick myself in the head and tell myself, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just going full FOMO mode now, right? Because I'm just trying to find any way to get in. Although this is an opportunity, but let's say I have not taken a trade. Let's say I've taken wins in the beginning of the month. You can afford that. You know, you can afford that. Because this is a very aggressive thing that does not follow structured rules that I have. My structured rules calls for a close. The close we got, right? Which is why I was still hopeful to maybe take something here, right? Because we get the close. If I got a nice top wick, that will give me something to use more aggressive stop loss. Use the 1 minute structure here as well to manage and enter break of low. But this open dumped. That's not really something I can do too much about. This is probably going to fill that whole LTA very nicely. And then I don't get to be a part of that. And it's just very painful when you watch it range all morning. But then you trust your idea that the sells make sense, right? Honestly, the way in was this one here, man. If it just came up for just a couple of pip top wick, rely on that 1 minute structure, just a little. Tough on days like this, man. This news probably news China and ECB yapping underneath dumping. Yeah, but it's like we knew this. The sells made sense. Bearish bias. It's just like I'm thinking in my head like it's a you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't situation. And every time I do damned if you do, damned if you don't, the best option to avoid that is not to trade. I tried every aggressive trade. Damn. Too many trades for me. But this is Euro USD. So on DAX. I mean, if I really wanted to force, I could take a 1 minute strat right now. But then again, you know, trying to grab scraps. Now, how many 5 minute candles are we, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, working on 6. At this point, it's FOMO, yeah. But this is damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, right? You're damned if you do take it because you're taking something that breaks a plan. Once you break a plan, you know it has a high rate to fail. But there is an option. But that option is only dependent on how your month is going. And then you're damned if you do take it, because if you do take it and this loses, if I took this and it lost, man, it ruins my month fully. And secondly, it's like I'm really kicking myself for the whole day. The whole day it puts me off trading because I'm really taking something really disgusting right now. Like, that is a very aggressive trade. Something that you do when I have profits to play with. And I have done that in the past, and I do tell you guys, like, listen, I have profits to play with. I like this option. It makes sense. Everything makes sense. This was the move, man. This was the move. This one here. If we just had a top wick. That was one that followed a plan. Yes, it's bigger stop loss, but we can handle a bigger stop loss. We can handle a bigger stop loss because of volume. We did it before on this DAX position, these sells here. We ran a bigger stop loss. This one. It's pretty much the same scenario as this, I think. Was this the trade? Yeah, this. Exactly like this. Right? We get the close below, nice top wick, bigger stop loss. It's the same scenario as this. So I've taken these, but the difference is I get the close, right? No TP either yet? Yeah, it's not yet. If you have profits to play with, if you do, then you can take these 1 minute sells below to give yourself a shot just to try be part of this move. Because when DAX likes to push, sometimes it really likes to push. Gold massive dump. Shit, what happened to gold? Some headline. ECB is talking, huh? Yeah, you were right, Bram, that they're talking during London. I wonder why my financial juice didn't show that. Look, it's showing me 1 o'clock. Ah, here we go. Yeah, you're right, actually. Now they updated. Interesting. Right at the open. What a dump. Now I'm starting to think if this was an option here inside the range, but the range was too inconsistent, huh? We saw it moving too slow. Yeah, I think best thing to do is call it. Call it for stream here. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. I can't break my rules, unfortunately. We did call this move here. All we needed was a top wick. I would have taken this. Now, this position wouldn't have hit TP yet. Have about 48 point stop loss. Moved around 36. My target would be here. It's very close. But who knows? This whole thing could retrace right now. 5 minute could create a support, and after all of that it hits break even, right? So good thing is that NY can be interesting with these big moves on gold. So I want you guys to notice what's happening on gold. Keep an eye out for NY. NY can be very interesting with the way the 4 hours leaving, because you could even buy back up during NY, which would be very interesting. Huge range to play with. Massive sells below here as well if we just want to dump. DAX on the other hand, there could be a chance where we get a pullback retest, and then I will take those sells. Actually, I will take those sells on a retest. Yeah, I'll take those sells on a retest. Now, if you want to take an aggressive trade, a 1 minute candle closing below here, breaking this low would be an aggressive trade. If it immediately rejects, get out. That's your aggressive position. But with the way DAX moving, wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if it just dumps and leaves you in the dust. So even 1 minute not giving you a way in. But that 5 minute position, if we had the top wick looking like it, would be nice. So yeah, that's about it. GJ is just stuck at 4 hour resistance right now. Nothing really to do on GJ until we get above 4 hours, not 4 hour resistance, the previous 4 hour support. You can see how important that 4 hour support is. Never broke the high. It's consolidating, but every time it's consolidated around this zone, it hasn't necessarily been a bad thing. The minute it started to get out of this zone, it did quite well. So you could see that consolidations and then breakout above here, you can get some nice buys. That's pretty much it. So appreciate you all, and yeah, my apologies about what happened. Nothing I can do about it. It's just as frustrating as it is for me, especially when we're waiting through range all morning and then it moves like this. But I had to follow a plan. I have to play it safer. Otherwise, I put myself in a deeper hole, and the deeper hole you dig, the harder it is to climb out. So if I can avoid that situation, I will. Main thing here for me is this was the candle to enter on, and unfortunately it just open dumped. We were very close to making a top wick, about 6 points here. Would have been beautiful to have that, but unfortunately we don't get what we always want. And that's how the market's going to work. Now, I want you guys to understand one thing. Very, very important thing is there was an entry, which was the aggressive entry breaking these lows. I discussed this multiple times. But this is the difference between a profitable trader who is profitable long-term because of discipline, and a profitable trader because sometimes he gets things right and it pays off big. For me, I'm not the guy who gets paid off big. I'm the guy who makes slow, consistent gains. So for me to get slow, consistent gains, it's because I'm able to, you know, do these things. Cheers, Kareem. Take care, brother. Appreciate you showing up. And yeah, appreciate you all. No FOMO. Tomorrow is going to be the day. And New York session, I actually think I'm going to get a trade today. Just the way charts are setting up. So I'm not too worried to be paid today. We will see what ends up happening. And we'll take it from there. So appreciate you all. Take care. And hopefully speak to you guys tomorrow. And very, very soon. Peace. Cheers, guys. Cheers.